Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Tom Dog here with a brand new show called Tom Dog Reviews. This is where I review everything that you want me to review, and I figured I'd take this debut episode to review the movie Ghostbusters, the reboot, the remake, whatever, say what you want to call it. I'm going to give you my thoughts about it. I'm going to say anything good, the bad, what I think of it, overall performance, and then a final grade at the end. Again, I want to mention, as I mentioned in the disclaimer, that there's possible spoilers in here. So if you're not into spoilers or anything like that, then by all means, wait till you see the movie, or if you're curious. But I'm going to try not to spoil as much in this review or anything like that. But I will give you my thoughts and feelings of what I thought about this movie without trying to spoil too much about this. I really don't want to spoil too much. And especially to those who are still not sure whether to go see it or not, see this video. I think you'll make the right decision. So yeah, I just got back. I actually just got back from the theater, and I gotta say, I absolutely love this movie, and I'm being completely honest with this. I'm being completely honest about this opinion. It's my opinion. You may have a different opinion about it, but the characters are really great. The characters, Kate McKinnon was really great. I think she stole the whole stole the show and the whole movie. Kristen Wiig did an awesome job, as well as Melissa McCarthy. Those two on screen together was pretty good. They did a substantial job. And also Leslie Jones, let's not forget about Leslie Jones. She did a very good job too. They all gelled well as new Ghostbusters. And it worked. It absolutely worked. I thought it was really great. The dialogue between the four of them, excuse me, were amazing. Were really amazing. And then you add in Chris Helmsworth into the mix. He played this receptionist, and who he's supposed to be out this hunk and everything like that, but at the same time, he's nerdy. He's just getting used to the whole thing and everything like that, and it worked. It absolutely worked, and it was amazing. It was really amazing. One of the things I will mention is the questionable humor that some may not have liked. From my perspective, I did not find one scene, one funny dialogue. I did not, I found it to be very entertaining and very hilarious. I thought it was really great. I loved how they kind of broke the fourth wall with some of the hate comments that they were getting during the whole talk about the making of Ghostbusters, of this Ghostbusters remake, reboot. And I thought it was hilarious. I really thought, I thought it was absolutely hilarious, and it's like, give these ladies a chance and everything like that. And it's like, what's sex with pigs and everything like that. And it was it was like it was kind of their way of saying, whatever, there's like this one song I once heard back in the day as a wee little tyke. There was this song that goes, anything you can do, I can do better. Um, and it was a good song. It was sung by a man and a woman. It's like, anything you can do, I can do better. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. So it worked. So it was kind of like that, but done done in a comedic way. It's like, hey, there may have been there may have been four guys dressed up in jumpsuits and busting ghosts downtown New York and everything like that, and you know why not we? Why not we? I think it would have worked. Um, give us a chance. We may surprise you, and they did. They really, really did. And I've been in favor of this movie since day one. And as a matter of fact, going to the now, they had, the trailers may have told a different story, where everybody on YouTube was hitting that dislike button like crazy. Um, but I didn't see, I saw both trailers and they were actually good. The second trailer actually was actually even better than the first, um, which made sense. Um, the cameos were great, were well done. As a matter of fact, there was quite a big, quite a big crowd seeing this movie, and I thought it was really great. Really great. And it's like I would have, with all the hate that this movie was getting, I would have expected less, but I didn't. So, and I was right and wrong at the same time because I really want I would really love everybody to see this movie, just to give their opinion on it, and say, well, at least I saw it, and hey, I saw it. I still think it's garbage, but at least now I saw it, and everybody can say that, and now they can shut up. And it's like, there you go, proved my point. But I loved it from beginning to end, and I thought it was great. The jump scares were great too, which I'll get into in a little bit. Um, but going back to the cameos, Bill Murray um, played another doctor. I believe he played Dr. Hines, Hines Haynes. He's already a forgotten character already, if you can imagine. Um, and he was kind of playing, he was kind of acting like Walter Peck from the '84 Ghostbusters. And now I'm going to be going back and forth. I'm going to be going back and forth to between the two of them. So you're going to be expecting that a lot from this video. Um, so yeah, but he did, Bill Murray did a pretty damn good job of playing that doctor who sure wasn't skeptical about on believing them at first, and it's like, let's see the ghosts and everything like that, and they saw one of the ghosts that they caught earlier, um, you know, they released out of the trap, and it carried Bill out of there and everything, and he falls out the window, and it was pretty crazy, and so it was really cool, but it was pretty crazy. I was like, oh man, it's like, wow, Bill gets the worst luck. First, he gets shot in Zombieland while wearing the Ghostbusters outfit, and but it's still funny though. Um, and Dan Aykroyd's character. Now they didn't really give him a name, and they just I was watching the credits as they were going by, and all it said for Dan Aykroyd was Cabby. Um, I thought that was really really funny. And he was giving us some old dialogue and everything. It's like, oh, for total vapor or whatever, and saying that, oh, and like, I'm not afraid of no ghost, and he drives off. I thought it was hilarious, and everybody was like, clapping away again. They clapped when they saw Bill Murray, they clapped when they saw Dan Aykroyd, and they clapped again for Annie Potts. She was the next character. Annie Potts. She actually had the biggest pop of the cameos that were in there. Actually, believe it or not, actually they were all equally uh, high popped in this movie. And Janine played this reception, played a desk clerk at the hotel that they were going at, and where the base of operations was going on, which I'll get to later. She was at the desk, answering the phones and everything like that. And it was so funny, she had she had the glasses that she kind of wore in the first, kind of like the glasses that she would wear in the first Ghostbusters movie. And she was just like, acting like, she played this this receptionist called Vanessa. However, she was still living that character as Janine. So I thought that was really really hilarious, and everybody was clapping, and she had the best dialogue of the whole movie, and it was like so hilarious. Um, I thought it was really great. Um, and then um, comes out near the end at the end of the movie, Ernie Hudson. He actually plays Patty's uncle, Bill, the one who gives the hearse to the Ghostbusters, saying, here you go, and it's like, oh, I may need this back and everything like that. Um, and they have a conversation and say, what happened? What happened? And they tell them what happened and everything like that. And it was so hilarious, and he got a huge pop. I was one of the first to really clap and everything like that. I was clapping for the other ones, but when Ernie Hudson came out, it was like, yeah. I thought that was so awesome. Um, there, and then of course the iconic ghost that everybody loves, um, returns to the big screen, and that's Slimer. One of my favorites. He comes back. The way Slimer was done in this movie, it was so brilliant. Um, you know, the way that his character changed from the first two Ghostbusters up until this new version of the Ghostbusters, I thought it was amazing. The CGI of Slimer was breathtaking. You got to see Slimer the way he was and everything. You really get to see him in all of his glory and everything, and I love that. I absolutely loved it. The way they gave him some damn good detail. The fact that he's a floating slime, um, says a lot. Says a lot. But it was actually very well done. The way they gave him um some detail to the character, and I thought it was great. I mean, the body art and everything, still the same. It's just touched up, done well. I thought it was amazing with that. I absolutely loved the way they touched up Slimer. I thought it was really really spot on. Um, so we're gonna go the beginning to end without trying not to spoil everything. Um, Now we're gonna go to the music. Now we're gonna go to the music. Um, the music. was the way they placed the soundtracks to each part was excellent. Now, some of you may have saw my show, my first encounter of talking about this movie on my Channel X episode, one of my Channel X episode, and I predicted the music placement of the movie in order for a movie like Ghostbusters to work is the music placement, and in this case it actually did work from beginning to end. At the beginning, everybody was probably going to expect that Fall Out Boy um, song that was brought out to everybody. No, I called it. I called it the music placement of Ghostbusters. I predicted it, and I called it, and I got it right. At the beginning of the movie, they used the iconic Ghostbusters theme song, Ray Parker Jr. They did that. Sounds so fresh, and everything is sounds so amazing, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Um, and in the middle of the movie, where they showed out the Ecto 1 for the first time, for this reboot, um, it was of course the Fall Out Boy, but the way they put it out there wasn't like all the way through and everything like that. No, it was edited out to make it sound badass, and it worked. It absolutely worked. This Fall Out Boy track that they used when they brought out the out of their base and everything like that, and and driving down to their first spot and everything like that, capture their ghost. That was brilliant, and it seemed badass. I'm not lying or anything like this. I literally had goosebumps. I literally had goosebumps from that. As soon as they came out of the garage there, and here comes the Ecto one going down. Something strange in the neighborhood. Came out. It seemed badass. As a matter of fact, just by talking about it, I'm having goosebumps. I mean, look at it. Look at it right there. Got the goosebumps going on there. And it was awesome. It was really, really awesome. And then at the end, there was they had the iconic Ghostbusters theme song, but it was a remix. It was like a hyped up version of the Ghostbusters. It was still the original iconic thing, but it was sung by somebody else. But it had like a nice hip beat to it. So it wasn't Fall Out Boy. I'm just gonna let you know, it wasn't Fall Out Boy. It wasn't Fall Out Boy. It was done well, and it worked. It actually did work. So from beginning, middle, and end, the soundtrack of the music worked. Absolutely worked. And now the ghosts, the special effects, the CGI. Some may think that it's Scooby-Doo-ish and everything. I have to debate on that because it didn't seem cartoonish. It actually they did a very good job of touching up a ghost, especially when I brought up earlier about Slimer. He was I mean the ghosts in there were like, wow, these are like these could be actually be ghosts and everything. And I'm not like and everybody's probably posting comments. Oh, he's probably just kissing up to Sony and Paul Feig. No, I am not. I'm giving you my personal opinion on from my perspective of what I saw, and it worked. This actually works. Um, and the ghosts were, surprisingly enough, some of the ghosts did actually give me a good jump scare. Um, they did pretty good. At giving out a jump scare. I was like, whoa. Um, some of them didn't, some of them didn't, which was of course expected. But um, for the most part, some of the ghosts were very well done, and gave a pretty good jump scare. Um, like the first ghost that they showed off, that's in the trailer, the one that projectile slime vomits on Kristen Wiig. She um that ghost scare actually gave a pretty damn good jump scare, the way it was done. And it was actually really really good. I actually liked it. I actually did. I was like whoa, but not as bad as all the as jump scares that I've seen in the past. But um, but yeah, this one was actually pretty damn good. Um, on giving out jump scares. I thought it was, it was really great. And it's like I was like, oh, Tom Dog got scared of a Scooby Doo ghost. I'm like, these were no Scooby Doo ghosts. By all means, nowhere near Scooby Doo ghosts. Ghosts that you would see on Scooby Doo. I would never compare these ghosts to Scooby Doo, unless you want to talk about the Scoleri brothers from Ghostbusters too. Maybe that's the only ones. Maybe those are the only two, because they were very cheesy. Um, but they're icon. They're okay and everything like that. But there's nothing wrong with that. Um, so so yeah. Bottom line, the ghosts were great. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man shows up. They're in the big ghost battle and everything like that. It was actually pretty cool, and a lot of people were upset. It's like, oh, why wasn't Mr. Stay Puft coming back? And I'm going to tell you why. As much as of an icon Mr. Stay Puft is, and he still is. He still is. Um, they made him out. They made him into a Macy's Thanksgiving Day balloon, and um, and I'm looking at you guys. I'm looking at you. You need to make this happen. You need to make a life-size balloon version of Mr. Stay Puft floating down the streets of New York on Thanksgiving this year. And we need to see that happen. Come on. I was disappointed that 2 years ago that it didn't happen, because that would have worked well with the 30th anniversary. That would have been really really cool. Um, but but oh man, but this one was actually pretty funny, and I actually liked it. And everybody was clapping for when Mr. Stay Puft came out. It's like, hey, it's Mr. Stay Puft. Hey, we remember you. Hey, it was awesome. There was no disappointment from, like, no hecklers from the audience, which was really really great. And I absolutely loved it. I really did. Um, the ghosts were great. Some of the ghosts gave out the jump scares, which was great. Some not as much, but it worked. Um, should proved off as a Ghostbusters film. And the character, the dialogue between the cast member, between the four girls, were really great, and they really worked. They really did work well together. It's like you know it's like one of those what if moments. If the Ghostbusters, you know, four women, seeing four women talk, conversating together and having a laugh, and these four women actually had, looked like they were having a great time and everything like that, and you know the the conversation, the um the relationship between Kristen Wiig and with her character and Melissa McCarthy's character, they they were working well. They go blah, 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 and the way they were conversing, having a one-on-one discussion together, it worked. It was really good. Um, they did a very good job of delivering the conversation back and forth and everything. You know, it was really really wonderful, and the and that's what made this movie so awesome, is that the fact that it worked. It really worked that way. Um, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the characters between the two, but the one character that really stood out between the four of them, um, it wasn't Melissa McCarthy. It wasn't Leslie Jones, and it wasn't even Kristen Wiig. It was Kate McKinnon as Holson. And I'm going to remember that character forever, because I think I found a female version of myself. And her name is Holson, from, played by Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon would be like a female version of me, but skinnier. I swear to God. Everybody who has, and if you don't believe me, a lot of you say, how is that even possible, Dom? I mean, come on, you're blowing smoke out of your ass. My friends at work can easily verify this, because Kate McKinnon, they had this one song. There was this one song that she was playing on the radio. It was one of my all-time favorite songs from the '80s, and that was "Rhythm of the Night." I forgot the name. Forgot the name of forgot the name of it, but it was "Rhythm of the Night," and the way she was acting, it was so spot on. It was so spot on. I'm like, God, and I was saying to myself, I said, damn, that's how I act at work. I swear to God, this is exactly how I act at work. And everybody, and one of the things I say, I feel sorry for your crew members. And I say, what can I say? I work in a warehouse and I make it fun. I like to have a good time while I'm at work. It's like, when it's like, don't get mad at me. That's your job. That you don't want to mix humor with your work and everything like that, and you're just in there, working there like a robot. Hi, how may I help you? Have a nice day. I mean, really. But her dial, especially that one part where she's wearing the wig and the hat and everything, and she has that, that still face, and she's like, it is so me. That was the only part of that movie where I literally laughed the hardest, and like there was a lot of dialogue, which I'm going to get to, that I was laughing. I pretty much laughed at every joke that was delivered, but I literally laughed my ass off the most with every scene that Kate McKinnon was doing. And I was laughing really, really hard at that. I was really laughing. It was like that's so me, especially with the dances, the dancing. That was like, oh yeah, that's totally me. That's totally me. And if anybody at work saw that, there was like, oh my god, that's Tom. That is so Tom. But yeah, it was very very hilarious, and she stole, she was a scene stealer, um, through that whole movie. She, I mean, there was like something, whatever she had to say, and the gadgets that she made. Oh my God, the gadgets. Let's talk about the gadgets. The PKE meter. I was like, all right, I'll let it slide. I wasn't too keen on it. I wasn't really too keen on the PKE meter because it kind of looked like um a futuristic whisk. If you could think that, like a whisk from the future. And I was, but I was like, all right, I'll give it a pass. Um, but the other gadgets that she had worked well. The revamped proton packs that we were used to, that we were originally used to, was actually really good. I liked how they were introduced into the film. Um, like it kind of like gave it like an origin story of how these were made, because in the original Ghostbusters you never saw how these were made, how the proton packs were made, and everything like that. You never really saw Egon make make these make these make the proton packs and the trap and everything like that. They just happened to be there by from out of nowhere, and like we don't know all how they were made and everything. And it was nice. It was nice that um that they were, that in some scenes that they actually showed them how they were, like what parts were used to make these and everything. And I thought it was really cool. Um, I thought it was really really amazing. And it, again, it worked. It actually worked. I thought it was really amazing. Um, um, so and another thing that was um, that was different yet creative. In the '84 Ghostbusters movie, they never really test out their equipment. They never really test the Ghostbusters never really test out their equipment. I mean, yeah, they shot some some maid's cart and everything like that, as it was, because they thought it was they thought it was they thought it was like a ghost or some shit. But but no, they actually did actual testing of the weapons, of the tools that they were going to use. And it was great, which was something that should have been done in the original. It was give an actual test of, actual test of of the tools that they were going to use for, to capture these ghosts. And it was amazing. It was they still had the iconic proton pack and everything like that. And then they had, of course, they added some new ones. They had like proton pack gauntlets where you could punch ghosts and everything like that. Um, and you could also shoot. They also launched a proton accelerator pellet, if you will, um, which was also pretty cool. Um, and they had a grenade version, lob it like a grenade to mobilize your ghosts and everything like that. It was awesome. It was actually pretty cool. Um, and the one that really stood out the most was Kate McKinnon again. With the here we thought that these were like she was whipping out two pistols, but no, we were all baffled. But then they turned out to be whips, and like proton whips and everything. It was awesome. It was like really awesome. And the way that she worked those whips, I was like, I'm actually getting turned on. I really am, you know. I really was. I was like, damn, she needs to whip me like that. Damn, I need to get laid. I swear to God. But really, it was really really good. With the weapons and everything like that, and, and everything like that, and it was the weapons were great and everything. And it's like the suits. I was like, at first I was like, with the orange stripe and everything, nah. But then when I got to see them in a better perspective, it was, yeah, it absolutely worked. Um, because they had that one strip there, or like where was like a reflecting strip and everything, a reflecting nylon, and it was really good. Um, and it looked really good, especially when they were in like a lighted, there was like one lighted area, but the rest was all dark and everything, and you saw that strip, that was great. So I liked it. Um, Slimer, I'm going back to Slimer again, because I have to bring this out. He has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend. And they showed him off. They showed it off in the trailer, originally, but they showed it off more in the movie. And seeing a female version of Slimer, having a having going all gaga, schoolgirl crush on on the actual Slimer. That, I have to say, was really funny. It was really funny because I was laughing every time at that. Um, and then at the same, when she goes and leans over to Slimer, when she goes and leans over to Slimer, it was absolutely adorable. What can I say? It was cute. It was adorable. Um, so it was really cute, and I hope if there's going to be a second Ghostbusters film, which I'm pretty sure that there will be, because at the opening credits of the logos and everything like that, it showed that Ghostbusters is a franchise, and I was like, all right, that was pretty cool, and it had like the Ghostbusters logo on there, and like, um, so it was really cool. I actually liked it. It was really cute. I was like, oh, I was like, wow, this is going to be a franchise. I was like, holy shit. So so that was really cool. That was really cool. Um, Rowan was the main villain of the movie, and they showed them all off and everything like that. Took the images of everything and stuff like that. And at the end, they showed off Rowan's ghost. 50 foot. It was actually the ghost that you see in the Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters logo. Um, and here's why I think it worked. There, let's see a better perspective. Um, here's why I think it worked. Here's why it works. We never really, I've always wondered what it'd be like if the logo, like, this is going back from like even the first Ghostbusters movie. It was like, what if the ghost on the logo was an actual villain? And friends of mine were saying you are mad. You are insane. This is going, and this is back in my childhood. I was like, that would be really, and I held up to that argument. It's like, you know what? I would really love to see that logo jump out and, you know, be a villain in a Ghostbusters movie. And strangely enough, I was part right because of the fact that if anybody was a fan of the real Ghostbusters, the cartoon, um, you saw that at the opening of the real Ghostbusters cartoon, you see him walking down the street and everything, and then he forms into the, you know, that logo, the iconic logo. And you know, we never really had, you know, a character like that. You know, we never really had, you know, a character saying, okay, let's go, you know, this character, you know, the Ghostbusters logo is going to be going after the Ghostbusters. And my dream came true with this movie, and it was really awesome. Rowan's ghost is actually really awesome, and I liked it. And the bow tie. It was like, you know, everybody's question was like, what's with the bow tie? It was the red sign that showed off the that turned into the bow tie, and so that was really great. And everything was so well done. Everything was so well done, and I absolutely loved every moment of it. And a really big. I'm actually going to send Paul Fig a tweet about how amazing this film was. This really was really awesome. The jokes, a lot of people may not like, but I'm a stickler for toilet humor, and I absolutely a fan of toilet humor, and it was pretty good, especially that when they're listening to the tape, and you know, you hear the fart sound. They played it a few times on trailers and whatnot. So they actually throw in a not a fart joke, but a queef joke. Now, I never really heard a queef joke. Now, a queef is actually a female's version of a male's fart, and the fact that they brought that into a Ghostbusters movie, I was like, wow, what balls to throw in a queef joke. And so I don't ever recall a queef joke in any movie. So I guess you could say that this is the first time that's ever happened. This is the first time a queef joke has ever been used in a movie, and I loved it. I really did. Oh man, we need more equality of fart jokes in a movie. Not just you know, from a male perspective, but you know, we also need a queef joke every now and then too. And but I absolutely every joke I found humorous. Once again, Kate McKinnon is my favorite character as Holson, so it's one of my favorite characters, and because it's like a female. What would be like if, you know? It would answer everybody's questions. Like, what if Tom was a you know? From my friends are always asking, like, what would Tom be like if he was a female? It was like, I was like, oh boy, here we go. And we found it. We found it in this movie. It was like Kate McKinnon as Olsen. It was like one look at her, and my friends are gonna be like, yes, Tom. Oh my god. But I absolutely love this movie. Paul Fig, you are awesome. You are an awesome director. You know, you pulled it up. You pulled it off. I don't know why that shirt's in the backdrop there, but I'm sitting here, and there was like a shirt. But you know, hands off to you, man. I'm sending you a tweet in a little while about how amazing this movie was and everything, and I'm giving you a big shout out right there. Um, for making this movie happen. For making this movie happen. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I really hope that you guys um, give this movie a chance at least. It's like at least it's like if you really don't feel like seeing it because it's probably not your cup of tea or whatever. But really, you haters out there. You haters were so wrong with this movie. You guys were so wrong with this with the way you were talking about this movie. And I really do think that you guys should at least give it a chance. Oh, excuse me. You guys really need to give this movie a chance. You know, this is coming from someone who's actually seen the movie and you know giving a personal opinion. If you go and see it and say, hey, Tom Dog was wrong. It's like, hey, at least you saw the movie and you could be like, okay, and I'll be like, all right, so you did see the movie, and you know, if you think that I was wrong, you at least you'll have a valid an opinion. You'll have a reason why, because of the fact that you actually saw the movie. Instead of just typing in the comments that this movie should never have happened. Why has it got to be female? I mean, come on now, give me a break. I mean, you know, we'll go back to agreeing with you guys on Fantastic Four if you at least give this movie a chance. I mean, really, but I'm giving this a good grade. I really am giving this a good grade, and it's right up. To me, it's my type of humor and everything like that. So I was laughing from beginning to end, and scared. Had the jump scare where it was needed. Um, it was perfect. Everything worked together. The characters were great. Kate McKinnon's my favorite character. As Holson is my favorite Ghostbuster. In the female Ghostbuster. Holson is my favorite out of the four. And Patty, nothing against Lindsay Jones with Patty. Patty was good too. It was like the scene where she slaps Melissa McCarthy to get that goes on. The power of Patty compels you. It was even funnier than it was in the trailer, and it was so funny. It was like everybody was laughing their asses off at that scene. But to me personally, Kate McKinnon as Holson was my favorite. Was my absolute favorite, and I'm it's definitely worth watching again, and also when it comes out on Blu-ray and in digital distribution, definitely a must get, definitely a nostalgic trip, if you may think that. And I absolutely loved it. Some may not love it as much as me, and that's okay. As long as you saw it and gave an honest opinion. I've seen some YouTubers already who saw the movie and they thought it was they gave their opinion, and I was like, okay, it's like you saw it, and I don't have a reason to complain, because at the time that I saw some of the reviews that I've seen, I haven't seen it yet, but that's on me. I was like, all right, let's see what they have to say, and then because I know I'm going to enjoy it. But bottom line, definitely give this movie a chance. At least give this movie a chance. you know, because it's that good. It's that one movie, you know, especially if you have kids. I saw a lot of mostly a lot of kids seeing this movie, and you know, you got to look back at your childhood. It's like, yeah, you saw Ghostbusters. You know, some of us, you know, you seen Ghostbusters as a kid. I saw it when I was in '84. So we're saying like let's see, I was born in '78, '84. So I was like 7 years old. Um, I believe I'm counting here. Excuse me. Uh, 9, 8, 1, 2, 3, 6 years old. Um, so it, you know, it worked. You know, it worked and everything. So so some of them were probably are 6 years old when they're seeing this movie, and you know, it's like it's yeah, it's not your generation's Ghostbusters, but it's your children's generation of Ghostbusters, and you know, and when 30 years later, you know, who knows, maybe 30 years later, probably when some of us are already dead and everything like that, or being grandparents or anything like that, we're gonna see, you know, their kids as maybe 6 years old, see this film, you know, see another Ghostbusters remake, and they're gonna show, you know, and they're probably gonna show the cast, the original cast, and show them off, and you know, either as, you know, recurring characters, or they're just going to show them as different ones. Um, I thought it was, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, times have been changed, and it's like, you know, it's for a new generation. It's for a new generation to watch. Um, yeah, we still have our, our childhood wasn't ruined from this movie. I'm going to let you guys know this right now, that this film did not ruin our childhood. Okay, because they show the original Ghostbusters, whether it's on TV or you can watch it on Blu-ray or digital distribution. Um, there's many ways to see the original Ghostbusters movie that we all know and love. And to me, I have that. I have that on physical copy. I have it on digital media. And so I don't need to complain. And it's like I want to see what the next generation, excuse me, of Ghostbusters have to deliver, because because if I had a child, I don't have a child, but let's say, for example, for argument's sake, that I had a child, and he or she wanted to see, saw these Ghostbusters, these ghosts on TV and everything, and these four are shooting ghosts and everything like that, and the child's looking at it, and it's like, hmm, and turns over to me and says, "Daddy, can we go see that? Can we go see this Ghostbusters movie when we come out?" And I'm going to sit right there and say, you know what? Of course. Of course. Because, why, I mean, yeah, it's not the Ghostbusters that we grew up with, but, you know, your child is going to see the television commercial and say, "Hey, let's go see, I want to see this movie. Can we go see it, Daddy?" Are you going to say no to that? No, you're not. Because it's a whole new generation of Ghostbusters fans, and I read that that a little girl was dressed up like Kristen Wiig's character, and you know, and she felt inspired by that. So that's really good. That's really good. So all those negative naysayers that had a lot of hateful comments to say about this movie, you were so wrong about this movie. And the fact that it saddens me that you didn't give this movie a chance, is also depressing. But you really do need to give this movie a chance to really understand what they were going with this film, because you have to understand, you have to face reality. Ghostbusters 3 was supposed to happen, but Bill Murray wasn't really into it, and Harold Ramis just suddenly passed away. So you can't have a Ghostbusters 3 without Harold Ramis and a fellow cast member of the original Ghostbusters not in sync with the direction of where it's going to go. So we had no choice but there was no choice but to make, because everybody wanted a Ghostbusters movie. Everybody wanted that Ghostbusters movie. And when we finally got, and when one person wasn't on board and then another person passes away, there's absolutely no way to bring that make that into a reality. So you have no choice but to reboot the franchise. You have no choice. Dan Aykroyd was helping out the movie as an executive producer. He owns the rights to it. So we have there's no choice. So if it's good enough for him, and if it's good enough for, for the real Ghostbusters fan, then it's fine. Let it go. Let it go. And the movie, so again, at least give this movie a chance, so that, that whether you hate it or you like it, at least you have something to go by to make that argument logical. I mean, but again, I love this movie. I'm giving it an A minus. I'm giving it an A minus. There were something, there were some things that, that I was like, yeah, like the PKE meter, of course, but I think there could have been a little bit better with that gadget, I think. And of course the Ecto 1, I think that was also, I think it could have been that could have been a lot better. But I think if there's going to be any more, I want to see where this goes with that. And I'm kind of disappointed that they only had that Ecto 2, which is the dirt bike that you saw in the trailers, was not used except for that one scene where Rowan takes over Kevin's body, which is played by Chris Hemsworth. He could have, that bike could have been used. I think should have been used in the movie. I think that would have been really cool. Maybe we'll see it used in the second, but I think it would have gotten like an even A if at least the Ecto 2 was going to be used. But yeah, it's it's between A minus and a B plus, around there, that I'm giving it. I think is what I'm giving it. So, but overall, it is going to be an A minus. I absolutely love the film. I'm definitely going to see it again. And I'm definitely going to own it. Add that to my Blu-ray collection, because it definitely is worth owning. Definitely is worth that nostalgic trip and everything like that. So definitely, go check it out. It's in theaters right now. Directed by Paul Feig. And that's it for my review. Leave us a comment if you saw the movie. Let us know what you thought about it. And while you're at it, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. somewhere right around here somewhere, and drop a like over there. That would really help me out. Till then, we'll see. And also too, if there's any future things past and present that you would want me to review, also let me know in the comments section what you want me to review. You know, and I'll do my best to review that. So this is my first show, but I also want to get you all involved too. So tell what you would want me to review, and I'll be more than happy to review it as best as I can. If I can, I'll explain why. But you gotta let me know. Mostly I would like to review shows. Like nothing with with gadgets or anything. No hardware or anything like that. Just basically something in the form of media, like movies, video games, or television. Just those would be great. So yeah, drop it in the comments section down below, and I will do the best I can and I will do my best to review that. And we'll see you on the next review. We're not sure what we're gonna do, but maybe you can help us out in the comments section, and also face hug that like and subscribe button. This is Tom Dog, and we'll see you next time. Take care. So long. Peace.